Hey, Maker's Gonna Learn friends, how are you today? I am Becca Oaks. I'm a craft producer here with Maker's Gonna Learn, and we love to craft here. I'm glad that you found our channel and that you are here to watch this wonderful tutorial on how to etch a wine glass. So etched wine glasses are really hot right now. It's a fantastic way to customize an awesome project or gift or something for a friend. It's really easy to do, and it's sort of awe-inspiring. People are wowed by the process, by the results and everything. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to etch a wine glass. We're going to use a stencil that we create in Design Space with our die cut machine, cutting it out, a vinyl stencil, and it's going to be quick and easy and fun, and you guys are going to use this on a lot of different projects. So let's get started over looking at our supplies for today, and then we'll get to crafting. Okay, I put my mat under here so that you can see this glass that we're working with. This is just a standard wine glass. Let's see how big it is. From top to bottom, it is 5 inches, and I mean, you can see here, just a standard stemless wine glass. This is what we really like. So that's what we have. We got a 4-pack for under $10, super cheap. We are going to be using our green mat, our StandardGrip mat, because we're going to be cutting vinyl for our stencil. So I do have some just junky vinyl that was a scrap. That is not a fantastic color in my personal opinion. Don't hate me if you love this color. So this is what I'm going to be using for the vinyl stencil. And then we're using Etch All. This is where the magic is. This is an etching cream, Etch All. It's reusable, it's amazing, and we'll have a link to it for you guys for sure. We're also going to be using our masking transfer tape that we love, 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 to quote Tanner. We'll also have a link to that. All of these supplies will be linked for you guys. We have some gloves to protect our hands from the etching cream. We have a popsicle stick to apply the etching cream. We have some masking tape. We may or may not need this. We'll see when we get in there. A lot of times I like to tape around the edge of the stencil just to keep it down, and then to give us some extra space around. So if we accidentally get sloppy with the etching cream, then it doesn't get on our glass. In addition to that, we have alcohol and paper towels to prep our wine glass before we put our vinyl on, just to clean it really good. Other than that, we should be good on supplies, and we're ready to jump over in design space really quick and get this project started. Okay, we are over here in Design Space, and we're going to be using 2 cut files here. These are cut files from Maker's Gonna Learn that I have put together. If you have not gone to our website and seen what we're about, please do so. Check out makersgonnalearn.com. We have an awesome library of cut files and fonts available to yearly members. And then cut files just for monthly members, but check it out. We increase the library almost every single week with some awesome launches. And I know if you are a serious die cut crafter that you would benefit from a membership here with Maker's Gonna Learn. You would love it a lot. Anyway, so we have our 2 cut files here, and I just went ahead and sized them. Like I said, our wine glass was 5 inches tall, so I made this graphic 3 inches tall. I think I used a measuring tape and sort of just measured the wine glass to see how big I thought the design should be, and I think 3 inches will work really well. So I've put the 2 cut files together. I've welded them together, although you can just attach them. You don't have to weld them. It's just my personal preference. I've sized it, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to hit make it really quick. And we don't have to mirror it because we are using regular vinyl, so do not mirror. So since we're using a stencil, we do want some excess around. For instance, if I left this cut file right here, then it's going to cut pretty close to the top and the side, and you know, that's not horrible, but I want some extra space all the way around it so that I don't have to worry about being super precise with that etching cream. I talked earlier about how that sometimes I use masking tape, but if you can, go ahead and move this little guy over a little bit. You know, 1/2 inch to 1 inch is really good. So move it over so that you have this extra space around here. Now I can press continue, connect into the maker, and then we're just gonna grab our vinyl material setting. So I've selected that. My fine point blade is selected. I mean, it's already inserted, excuse me. So I will load my mat with my vinyl and insert into the maker and let it cut. Okay, we have our material loaded here and we are ready for it to cut. Okay, we are ready to weed this. So all I'm going to do is take my scraper here and burnish before I start weeding. That just helps still it down to that to that backing. It makes it easier to weed. So I'm going to grab my favorite weeding tool, and instead of generally, when you're working with vinyl, you would weed out all of this extra. But since it's a stencil, I want to do the opposite. I want to weed out the letters and the camper. So we'll just pull that up. This one's really nice because it is script. It's a script font, so it pulls up really easily. Okay, once we have it weeded, we are ready to get our transfer tape out here. We'll just cut a piece and then lay it on top. And then we'll take our scraper tool and we will burnish again. So burnish it really good. And then we're gonna flip it over and pull our mat away from our vinyl, just like this. And then we're gonna burnish from the back. And we'll peel off this backing. And when I peel off the backing, I want to lay it down flat like this and just gradually pull it away this way. If I pull it up and away, then a lot of times the pieces come off with it. So we have found this method to be very helpful. So we've got it just like that. Now what I want to do, because I'm going to be putting this on a curved surface, is I want to go in with my scissors and make a couple of slits in here, just sort of around it so that it lays down more easily. That should be good. Now what I can do is just grab my alcohol and a paper towel, and I'm going to prep this surface just by cleaning it with the alcohol. So the reason that we want to clean this glass really good with the alcohol is that obviously we want to get any dirt that might be on it off of it. And then also the vinyl will stick better to it if it's a really good clean surface. Alcohol tends to prep surfaces really well, and the adhesive on the vinyl just sticks better to it at that point. So one thing when you're working with a glass like this, if you were to lay it down, it's going to rotate. So I like to grab something like a roll of tape or whatnot and just place my glass in it so that it's sort of upright and I can see it good, but it's not moving either. So that's just a little hack. And then we are going to place this guy. We want it centered and not too far to the top, too far to the bottom. And then obviously we want it to be level on there. So once we place it, we're gonna push from the middle out. So pushing out any bubbles that might be in there. And then it's gonna lay down just like that. Okay, so we're gonna remove that transfer tape, and then at that point you can see up here there are a couple of bubbles and creases, but they don't really matter up there. But if there were some down here near the camper and the words, then we can work those out as well. Okay, I've worked out all the way around here. You can see there are still some wrinkles and things like that around here. Those are totally fine. If you had one that went into like a letter or the camper, then you need to go in with like your thumbnail or something that's hard and just push that out so that there's no bubble underneath that the Etch cream might go under. once you feel good about that, if you had any cuts that maybe weren't overlapping, you know, where we went in and cut it so that it would fit to the cup better. If you had any cuts that were not overlapping, that were kind of close to the design, then you might want to go in with your masking tape and just tape over those so that you don't have any issues with, you know, spill over or anything with Etch All cream. But I actually think we're pretty good on that front. And what we're gonna do is just glove up here. This stuff will eat your skin because it's eating through glass in 15 minutes, guys. So make sure that you use gloves. You do not want this on you. We've got our gloves and then our etching cream here. And guys, this is reusable. I said it in the beginning. This is brand new. I said it in the beginning, but what you will do is after the 15 minutes, after the cure time or the etch time or whatever you want to call it is up, then you will take your finger that is gloved or your popsicle stick or whatever, and you're going to scrape it off of the glass and put it back into this bottle. So very awesome. This isn't super cheap, but it lasts forever. You can do so many different projects with it. So it's definitely worth the investment. So I'm just going to put some here on my popsicle stick and start applying it. Now, I personally don't love to rub mine around. I like to do an up and down motion just to avoid like moving the stencil accidentally, kind of pushing it accidentally underneath a part of the stencil that might be up. So just do an up and down kind of motion here and there. Make sure that everything is good and covered. And once you're finished with that, then just let it set in a spot that no one's going to touch it. It's not going to like roll around or anything like that. And then after 15 minutes, you can rinse it off. Okay, after 15 to 20 minutes, your etching will be finished. So what you're going to do is make sure that you have your gloves on, and then just go back in with your finger and wipe off the excess and put it back in your etching cream bottle. This is another reason why we like to have extra vinyl around here, so that when we go to wipe it off, we don't have to be careful either. So once you have the majority of that off, then you are going to take it to a sink and rinse off the rest. Okay, once you have it rinsed off, you can remove your vinyl stencil. And one thing I like to mention, we typically like to remove our stencil in the sink while we're rinsing, so that if there's any extras around, you can see the vinyl is getting stuck to my gloves here very nicely. Anyway, we like to do that in the sink. That way we can just rinse off any extras that we've got there. Okay, so once you have your vinyl stencil removed, you can wash this as, normal washing instructions. If your wine glass is dishwasher safe, then it is still dishwasher safe because it actually etches the glass. So this is permanent. It will not rub off. It will not come off with washing or, dishwashing or anything like that. So it's really neat. It was really quick to do. And we're finished. Thank you so much for watching this fun project, etching a wine glass. What a fun customizable project. I had fun with it. I hope you guys did too. I hope you learned from it. Again, guys, if you are not a member of makersgonnalearn.com or just Makers Gonna Learn, please go and check it out. We would love to have you as a member. One of the benefits of being a member of Makers Gonna Learn are some fun member-only tutorials. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, then you would enjoy those as well, in addition to all the other benefits from our cut file and font collections. We love crafting here at Makers Gonna Learn, and we love the community that we have of crafters, and we would love for you to be a part. So check it out. Also, if you're not a subscriber of our YouTube channel, go ahead and click subscribe, like, and comment wonderful, kind comments on this YouTube video here. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you guys another day.